Yo guys, welcome back to another video. Today I've got an interesting one for you guys. We're going back to preschool. Guys, I'm so excited to go back to preschool. If you guys already go back to preschool, drop a like on this video. But anyways, today I've got something interesting for you, which is this little device right here. I guess this is the Animal Island Learning Adventure tablet thing. You can see down here it says Animal Island Learning Adventure, Aliyah Sit and Play. I don't know. I assume this is for like preschoolers. I got this for $8 a few days ago. USB-C on the back, power button right here on the back, along with the volume buttons. On the front here, you have this word that says Damai. I don't know what that means. And then we have a button here. This button is actually the back button, but in this state, it's not going to do anything. I guess I'll show you guys around the OS a little bit. I haven't really explored this much, but it does that. So yeah, we don't really care about that. We care about the Android stuff. So basically, this thing is running Android, but obviously it has some kind of weird software skin over it. I tried a bunch of methods to get this to get back into like the stock Android launchers. I was trying like Bluetooth stuff, so here you can go into like Bluetooth settings. I was trying to send over like files like the Nova launcher, or I was trying to send like maybe a screenshot. Maybe I could like, you know, share it to Google and then get into like Chrome that way or something. The way I actually found to get into Android was actually very simple, and I didn't think of this. I just kind of was messing around in settings. But this is so cool. So if you go to About Device down here, you have the specs and whatnot. We're probably not going to explore this software too much, but if you click the model number here, as you can see, it just goes directly into Android. And you can see here, this is basically bare bones stock Android. There's nothing on here. There's not even the Google Play Store. There's no Chrome. There's literally nothing on here but the bare basics and like some developer apps. So I'll go through that here. So we have the Ali control here, which is basically just the stock software that we were already on previously. So we can head back into Android. We have Ali control. We have Animal Island, which is that thing we opened up previously that had like the video of the stork and whatnot. We have APK installer here, where I was installing some APKs. I don't know why you need like a dedicated APK installer. We have calculator here, and as you can see, the only button on this thing, the only navigation button, is this button down here. There's nothing on the screen or anything, so it's a little bit annoying to go back. You have to click this button every time. But anyways, we have the calendar here, pretty basic calendar. We have the camera here, which is very interesting. This camera is terrible. You can see I'm filming here, but there's only one camera on this thing. It's right here, and there's no camera on the back whatsoever. There's two very loud speakers, but no camera. And as you can see, this camera is extremely basic. So there's literally nothing here. You have a grid, a timer, and then you can switch from camera to video mode. So this is a very basic camera. I think it's the stock Android camera, but that's the camera. It's not very good. I guess we'll find out like all the details about that in a minute when we go into device info hardware. But we have camera, then we have clock here, very basic clock, timer, alarm, stopwatch, whatnot, you know, the basics. Contacts, I added a test contact there. And then now we get into the stuff where I haven't really opened this stuff because, you know, I didn't want to spoil it, but you know, we have some random apps there like that. We have this launcher right here, which I'm very interested to see what that does. I haven't opened that yet, but we have DMAP demo. I'm not going to open that up yet. I'm going to open up all the developer tools in a little bit after we get through all the apps, but I'm going to save that for later. We have email, just a basic email client. Explorer, which is actually some kind of file app, which is strange because next to that we have the Files app. So we have two Files apps on this thing. Gallery, not going to show gallery. I think I have some photos on there. Lightning, which is a very basic web browser. I was doing some web browsing, make sure everything worked. We have music here, which has all your like music files. Nova launcher, which I installed. We can open that, I guess. It's not very different to the other launcher, but it was better than the other one. So we have Nova launcher. Then we have a quick shortcut maker. That's not what I meant to open. That's something for later. That's a spoiler. We have quick shortcut maker. I guess we could just go through here. see if there's anything like suspicious or anything on here. So we can go to the Android Easter egg, obviously. This is running Android 8, by the way. This actually doesn't perform too terribly. I mean, it is pretty bad, but it's not the worst I've seen. So we have Android keyboard, obviously, system web view, Animal Land, which is the thing we saw earlier, APK installer, Bluetooth, calculator, calendar, storage, call management, which is strange because I tried to open some of these, like the phone app, and it says you can't launch this app because it requires additional permissions. So I can't do anything with the phone app, just strange. Clock, obviously, contacts, device test, and then I see a rock chip logo here. So I assume this is some kind of rock chip based CPU. So you can see there's just like a developer testing here. We can click a bunch of buttons. It does a bunch of things. I don't really care. Can we get out of this? No. How do I get out? Close. There we go. Figured it out. Downloads, email, Explorer, files, gallery, Google Pinion input. I think that's a keyboard. HTML viewer, keychain. Not sure what keychain is. Doesn't do anything. Launcher 3. I think that's just the default launcher. Yeah, that's just the default. Actually, no. No, this is different to the other launcher that we had. It's very slightly different, but it's different, I think. Anyways, moving on, we have search, settings, sound recorder, video, web view, X4C system update, X4C US 19 settings, X4 launcher, and then some random Chinese characters. I don't know. So let's go into settings here, I guess. Check out the settings, see what's up. So if we go into system here, about tablet, you can see this is running Android 8, as I already showed you previously with the Easter egg, so we can just go out of that. The model number here is the X4 CUS 19. Nothing in status really, nothing really in legal information. We don't care about that. The last Android security patch was March 5th, 2020. I believe on the bottom here it did say 2019. I guess this thing got a year of support and then they just dropped it. I've already enabled developer options, so we don't have to do any of that. But let's go out of settings, and now I want to see if I can try to install some things. You know, I'll get back to you once I've installed some things and we can proceed with the video. While I was setting everything up, the device actually did die because this thing doesn't have a very good battery life at all. It was at like 70% when I started this video, now it's dead, and it's only been like an hour. So we're going to turn this back on, and I'm going to let you guys see the little boot up animation that we have here. So when you first power it on, it has this little startup screen powered by Demai. When I looked up Demai tablet to see like who manufactured this thing, it just came up with this thing and nothing else. So alrighty, so just to interject here a little bit, I am currently editing this video. But I did want to do some additional research about this tablet because it's a very interesting tablet. So I looked up the My tablet here, as you can see, and basically the only thing that comes up when you look up the My tablet is this exact model right here. So we can go over to the user manual here. Probably nothing interesting going to be in here. If we go over to this website here, Academic's Choice, we can see that this thing originally, I guess, was $200, but there's really not a lot of information on this. If you just look up the My tablet, there's like an Amazon listing or two, some eBay listings, but there's really nothing on this tablet. There's a couple videos, but nothing really like getting into like the specifics about the tablet. It's mostly more about the like actual use case for it, like with preschoolers and whatnot. So just a little interesting point I wanted to point out here. This little startup screen powered by Demai. When I looked up a Demai tablet to see like who manufactured this thing, it just came up with this thing and nothing else. So as you can see, there's a little stork there or whatever. I guess that's for like children. It's a pretty nice startup screen. It's whatever, you know. It was pretty quick, honestly. And then we could swipe up to obviously get into the tablet. So this is what I have downloaded here. I just have like a couple of applications that we're going to test. So we have hill climb racing. I have a navigation bar, which is down here because this thing actually doesn't have a navigation bar. Very strange. I have YouTube, which doesn't actually work, but we'll get into that. I have device info hardware, which for some reason is doubled up on top of Chrome. Very strange, very buggy. This thing is very buggy. We have obviously Chrome. I have Aptoid because, again, for the same issue as YouTube, I'll get into that later. Minecraft, I think I said that. Chrome, and then device info hardware, obviously. So this is what I have. It's just a small selection of like stuff to test. But I guess first we're actually going to get into YouTube because that would be the first thing and the quickest thing. So opening up YouTube here, it's not going to work. So it just says that this device doesn't have Google Play services, which is correct because there is no Google Play Store or anything on here. So this thing does not have Google Play services whatsoever. It's also why I had to download Aptoid because there's no Google Play Store. So how am I supposed to get stuff? But I guess the first thing I probably want to go into is device info hardware because I'm just so curious to see what this thing actually has inside of it because this thing is just so weird. For our device, it's called the Rockchip X4 CUS19. We have an 800 by 1280 display, which is actually pretty good. It's an 800p display. This is actually better than 720p. Technically, this thing has a better screen than the iPhone XR. So that's pretty cool. You can go to the system on chip here, RK3288. It's not one I'm really familiar with, but I do know Rockchip as a company. They make like lower end CPUs for like lower end Android devices. It is a 32-bit device, which is surprising. You don't see a lot of 32-bit devices anymore. If I can click on the system tab, the manufacturer is Rockchip, obviously running Android 8.1 Oreo. Nothing really interesting to see here. We can go to screen. 800 by 1200, it's 59 hertz, 60 hertz, 59, it's all the same, it's whatever. Memory, we have 2 gigs of RAM. Okay, so this thing could theoretically play Call of Duty Mobile and or Genshin Impact. I don't think this thing would run Genshin Impact very well, but technically I think it will download. I think it's either 2 or 3 gigabytes is the minimum requirement. I know for Call of Duty Mobile it is 2 gigabytes, so maybe we'll try out Call of Duty Mobile. And then for the storage here, we have 21.8 gigabytes total, which is very strange. 10 gigabytes free. So you're not going to be downloading much on this thing. For the cameras here, we have a 5 megapixel front camera, and that's it. That's all you get. That's all you get for camera sensors. It's a terrible camera too. On the battery here, we have is that a 67 milliamp hour battery? Are you kidding? That can't be right. This thing dies so quickly, and it's not even like demanding. This is not a demanding device. So how this thing has almost 7,000 milliamp hours and it lasts 0 time at all is baffling to me. For sensors, we do have an accelerometer sensor, and that's literally it. But I guess all we have here is an accelerometer. And does it work? Oh, it's pretty bad, but it works, I guess. Sure, we'll go with it, I guess. And then the rest of this stuff is pretty irrelevant. Yeah, I mean, that's what's in this thing, which is very, very interesting. I knew it was a Rockchip from the quick shortcut maker little icon thing, but that was very interesting. I was not expecting 2 gigs of RAM, and I was not expecting such a big battery, even if that might be fake, but I was not expecting such a big battery. Next, I think I'll go into Chrome here, and I will just go over to YouTube, and we'll do a quick test of YouTube video playback. We'll open it in Chrome because it's not going to open in anything else. If I can click the button, the navigation bar doesn't go away, so it's very, very difficult. I guess we'll just search up my channel right here, and we'll see what pops up and how it works. So there I am, right there. I guess I'll turn up the volume so you guys can hear this. The volume and the power button are both on the back. Very strange. This thing, from what I've heard, has pretty loud speakers, so I'm gonna just, I guess I'll go into this video and we'll see. Okay, pretty good actually. It's on 480p. Let's go to 1080. Let's go to 1080, see what that does. Full screen. Okay, it's struggling. It is struggling. Okay, wow. Granted, this is the web browser version, but man, is it struggling. Okay, we might have to drop it down to 720p, give it a fighting chance. Let's see how it does with 720. Okay. This is pretty stable. this is actually pretty stable. Okay, let's go to a different video, really show off the colors of this display. So let's go to a classic. Let's go to a classic. Costa Rica 4K. This is always a classic video for like testing displays and whatnot, because it's just such a good video, you know? Let's go, let's put it over to 720p. It's already in 720p. Full screen it, and let's see what it does. I'll bring it up closer so you guys can see the display. Let's actually turn the exposure down a little bit. Oh, it is struggling. This is at 720p, correct? Oh, wow. It's at 480 now. This is 480p. It's honestly not terrible. Like, I guess this is watchable. If you really wanted to, you could watch YouTube on this thing. Would I recommend it? Not really, no. But, I mean, technically, you could watch YouTube on it if you needed to. I don't see in what scenario you would be watching YouTube on this thing, but like, life or death, you could, I guess. Let's open up Hill Climb Racing. It's a pretty simple game, so it should just run perfectly fine. I have no doubts that this is gonna run perfectly fine. I mean, this is basically what this machine is made for. This game came out like 15 years ago or something. Now I do have to play with one hand here, so this might be a little bit different. Actually, I could play with two hands. Okay, so yeah, this is running perfectly fine. I wasn't... Ooh, okay, wait a second. It's kind of stuttering. It's kind of stuttering, but it also is fairly smooth. This is a playable experience. Yeah, I mean, that's perfectly playable. The music won't shut up. Let's just close that real quick. Alright, now let's move on to the big test, Minecraft. This is definitely a legally acquired copy of Minecraft. I do own Minecraft. Please don't sue me, Microsoft. This thing just doesn't have Google Apps, so I had to get it elsewhere. Not gonna say where, but I had to get this copy elsewhere. But it is, I do own Minecraft. Okay, so don't think I'm a pirate. You know, I'm not a pirate. But this is, I believe, 1.16 Pocket Edition. So let's just see how this runs. Actually, in the menu, pretty smooth. This is pretty smooth, actually. I take that back. It froze immediately. Okay, let's restart. Let's give it a fresh chance. Maybe we should close all the apps first. Let's do that. Let's close all the apps. Give this thing a fighting chance. Okay, let's go. That's not helpful. Let's go. We're in. But will it freeze again? I'm gonna just wait it out. Maybe it won't freeze. Maybe we're good. Okay. Alright, let's go. Go, 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 go. We gotta go before it freezes. Go. Create new world. Go, go, go. Oh. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, if we could actually play Minecraft on this would be kind of crazy. I don't think this thing was ever intended to play Minecraft on, but we're gonna do it right here, right now. Come on, you just gotta get past that. You just gotta get past the generating world, and then we're smooth sailing from there. I don't care if we have to play on 2 render distance. If we could just get this running, that would be so hype. And it is the Nether edition too, so this is like the best modern Minecraft update. So honestly, we're playing peak right now. Oh, hold on, I'm seeing some motion. Over here. Tablet thing. Oh my god. We're in Minecraft. Oh my god, it's not even that laggy. I mean, nothing is loaded, but... Okay, here we go. Okay. Here it is. Okay, that's not running great, but it is running. And it isn't running too poorly. This isn't playable, but it's not playable. So, in my eyes, that's a win. I'm gonna see if I could maybe turn like some of the video settings down. And maybe, hopefully that'll improve it, or it'll just crash. Did it crash? I think it crashed, guys. We got about 3 seconds of playtime, and I think the app has officially crashed. But at least we know that Minecraft does technically run on an Animal Island Learning Adventure Alina Sit and Play Demai tablet. It does run. Not very well, and it doesn't run for very long, but it does run. I guess we'll wait, see what happens. I don't think anything's really going to happen, unfortunately. But, you know, you never know. You never know. I don't think we're getting anywhere. So, well, but that's pretty much all I had. If you guys just want to see what these... Oh, well, I was going to go into those random Chinese apps, but apparently the battery died. It is connected to my computer, not the outlet, so this wasn't surprising at all. I'm glad I even made it this far. If you guys were just curious, those Chinese apps, they didn't really go anywhere. They just went back to the original launcher with all that like preschool stuff. And then one of them was like a debugging app, but it was all in like Chinese, so I don't know. But anyways, guys, I guess that's the entire video. If you guys liked this video, make sure to leave a like and check out my other videos. I don't have many, but I'm working on it. See you in the next one. Peace. And I don't know where my status is. That's so cool. Oh, there it is. I can stop the video now.